What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So, Cowboys have a lot of needs, but right now we're going to focus on my top 10 at every position in the draft. We're going to get back into free agency as well. So, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, hit notifications. Once we reach 100, we're doing a free giveaway, hat, shirt, something. So, keep that in mind. Number one, going to be Caleb Williams. He's good, but I don't think he's as good as Trevor Lawrence was. I like Justin Fields a little bit better. I think Fields has started to develop. I like Drake May and Michael Penix Jr. a little bit more than Caleb Williams. He hasn't been in a big game. He hasn't been in playoffs. He has not been to a championship game in his college career. But everybody's hyping him up, so he's going to be number one. It looks like no matter what. I don't see a certain scenario right now unless he just shits the bed at the combine and at his school workouts and all that, his private workouts. I don't see anything changing. So Williams number one. Talent seems to be there, but I don't know. There's some questions about him. Kind of the John Elway snotty mentality, but he's not as good as Elway, I don't think. Man, I don't know. But somebody's going to take him number one, more than likely. People are calling him a can't miss. I call him a potential huge bust, even maybe more so than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence if he don't get his act together, he's going to be a bust. And I really liked him a lot more than Caleb Williams. I like Fields more than Williams. I like the potential of Lance more than Williams, and that hasn't worked out. So, but Williams number one. God bless you. Argue that you're going to be an idiot and everything else, I'm sure. But I have some reservations with him. We'll go over that in another video. 2, Drake May, not a question. 3, I would take Michael Penix Jr. 4, I would take Bo Nix. 5, Jaden Daniels. 6, J.J. McCarthy. 7, Jordan Travis. 8, I would take Sam Hartman. 9, Michael Pratt. And 10, Carter Bradley. That might be a push, but we'll see how his combine and all that goes. But Carter Bradley rounds out my top 10. Now, I think he's going to be a second or third round pick, but who knows? So that is my top 10 quarterbacks. Top 10 offensive tackles. Joe Alt is going to be number one. I'd love to have him, but that's probably not going to happen. Number 2 is probably going to be Jordan Morgan for me. 3 would be Olamuya Fashanu, Penn State tackle, would be number 3. Number 4, J.C. Latham, I don't know how you pronounce that. 4 would be Tyler Guyton. 5 would be Talis Fuaiga. 6 would be Armarius Mims. 7 would be Kingsley Suamata. 8 would be Patrick Paul. 9 would be Matt Conclaves. And 10 would be Blake Fisher. For me, that would round out my top 10 for your offensive tackles in the draft. Offensive guard. Number 1 would be Graham Barton. 2 would be Troy Furtado. 3 would be Christian Haynes. 4 would be Cooper Beebe. 5 would be Christian Mahogany. 6 would be Dominic Pooney. 7 would be Zach Zinter. 8 would be Brandon Coleman. 9 would be Javion Cohen. And 10 would be Mason McCormick. That would be my top 10 at your offensive guard position. Whether it's left guard, right guard, what have you. Center. Obviously, number 1 is going to be Jackson Powers Johnson. I don't think we're going to get him either. 2 would be Zach Frazier. 3 would be Bo Leemer. 4, Dylan McMahon. 5 would be Drake Nugent. 6 would be Cedric Van Pran. 7 would be Andrew Rain at Oklahoma. 8 would be Tanner Bortolini. 9 would be Matt Lee. And 10 would be Brian Hudson. That would be my top 10 at the center position. Tight end, not as strong a class this year. But number 1, Brock Bowers. 2 would be Cade Stover. 3 would be Ben Sinnott. 4 would be Jared Willie. 5 would be Eric Owl. 6 would be Jaheim Bell. 7 would be Brevin Spanford. 8 would be Jatavion Sanders. 9 would be McCallum Castles. And 10 would be Max Wright. And right outside that'd be A.J. Barner. It's going to depend on combine or that could change. That probably will change. But that's my top 10 tight ends for this year's draft. So top 10 running backs. Trey Benson, 1. 2 would be Braylon Allen. 3 would be Audric Esteem. 4 would be Bucky Irvin. 5 would be Jonathan Brooks. 6, Blake Corum. 7, Will Shipley. 8, Marshawn Lloyd. 9, Frank Gore Jr. And 10 would be Cody Schrader for your top 10 running backs. Some of you might disagree, some of you might agree. So, wide receiver, we're going to wrap this up with the wide receivers. Number 1, Marvin Harrison Jr. It's not even a question. It's not even close. He is the best receiver in his class. But there's other really good ones that are not super far behind. Malik Neighbors, I guess. Maybe I don't know how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm doing it wrong. 3 would be Rome Odunze. 4 would be Keon Coleman. 5, Brian Thomas Jr., and I could argue he's number 4. 6, Ladd McConkey. 7, Troy Franklin. 8, Xavier Worthy. 9, Adonai Mitchell. And 10, Jalen Polk. And you could argue Ricky Pearsall and some others as well. Roman Wilson, there's others in there. Pearsall might crack my top 10. And the next ones. Rounding out the offense, let's go fullback. And there's not going to be 10, I'm sure. I don't have any on my list here. Okay. Well, let's go kicker. How about that? Kicker, Joshua Carty. 2, Cam Little. 3, Will Record. 4, Noah Rauschenberg. 6, Harrison Mavis. 7, Camden Lewis. 8, Jose Pisano. 8 would be Diego Gallardo. 9, Alex McNulty. 10 would be Valentino Ambrosio. It's a heck of a name. So that is the offense for the 2024 NFL Draft. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit notifications. Once we hit 100, doing a free giveaway. So remember that, guys. I will see you guys on the next video.